Hey class, my name is Amanda McCara. I'm your instructor for AVC 184, Introduction to Animation. Um, I normally do live streaming each semester, but actually this semester I'm not going to be doing that. And so I am recording some videos for you guys just to give you a little bit of an introduction. And then I'm also going to be re-recording some of your what do I want to say, assignments for this semester so that you don't have to watch the live streams, which are a little bit longer because of side commentary and everything. But yeah, that's kind of how class is going to start off, where I'll post the videos as modules inside of Canvas. And right now what I'm going to do is I am going to go over Canvas a little bit, maybe talk a little bit about the class and what to expect. Even though I did send out an introduction, we're going to just do like a little introductory video here. And then also just navigating the I'll be re-recording one for Blender because this semester we're using Blender instead of Cinema 4D, which is actually really cool because it's a free program. It's a little bit easier to install and work with. And then also I will give you a little bit of a short talk and discussion about some of the Adobe products that we're going to be using in class, and also yeah, like some of the other online software that we might use, or like storyboarding stuff. So, and then I'll quickly touch base on maybe some of the upcoming assignments that I just posted today, and kind of where we'll go for there. So, the first thing that I wanted to do is, well, I gave you guys a short introduction on Canvas as far as an announcement goes, but again, if this is a little bit easier for you guys to like watch videos instead of reading, I my name's Amanda McCara. I definitely graduated from Glendale Community College, is part of where my education is from. I like to do, as far as like hobbies and stuff, outdoorsy stuff, camping, canoeing, fishing, all of that kind of things. And I'm really into music. I love listening to rock, indie, hard rock, metal. That's generally my go-to, punk, things like that. But I really listen to everything. I mean, sometimes depending on my mood, I'll put some country music on. So, and that's probably my least listened to genre of music. But I have some animals. You'll hear my dog Millie chewing on her bone, probably, likely, or at some point maybe hearing something and running off and barking at it because she is a wild gremlin raptor dog. So, and a couple cats too that you might see. I enjoy films of all sorts. Right now, it just kind of depends. I'll go in phases. Right now, I've been really into documentaries and period piece films. Always a big fan of horror films and thrillers as well. Yeah, so that was just a quick introduction. I've been looking at your guys' work inside of Discord, and I've been pretty impressed. And I'm impressed that a lot of you guys got most of your stuff turned in last night, which I'll be getting to grading shortly. Now, when you open Canvas, it will look like this. Right now, I have it in a student view. But there's just a couple things I wanted to show you how to navigate through. As far as like just how the course looks and what it'll entail. So this is your front page. If you ever need to, this might change at some point. I'll probably switch it over next week. But this is just the introductory one that gives you information about if your GPU and your computer is going to work for class, and a little bit about participation within class, because this is an online course. We have to figure out a way to do attendance. And so I'll switch between video questions and also written questions that are, not too long. 150 to 250 words is going to be pretty quick for you guys to write. And the video's only 5 minutes long. It doesn't have to be long questions, or unless it's like a question about your work and stuff. And those, I'll watch the questions about your work, and I will record and answer for you guys and then post it. Now, when it comes to the video questions and questions about work and stuff, I'd like to see people posting those questions inside a Discord, because more than likely what happens is other students have the same question or possibly the same issue that they're running into. And so they'll be able to see that, and I'm not re-recording the same stuff over and over again. And you guys, you get just extra knowledge. It's good for everyone. Some things you might not have run into at that point, but maybe you run into later and you're like, hey, I remember there was like a fix for that in one of the classes. So that is what we'll do as far as like the questions that are video questions go. The handwritten or the written questions, participation questions, will be turned in via Canvas. So there will be locations for that as well. Now, if you announcements are going to be big in this class, because this is where I'm going to let you guys know if anything's going on, like a broken link update that happens sometimes. Some of the videos that I post from different websites will, maybe they update or they take the website down or take that page down, and so I'll not catch all of them, and so I try to catch them as best as I can, but sometimes it just happens. And so if you guys send me an email in Canvas, that's likely where I'm going to see it. And if you send it to my regular email, I'm not on there as frequently, so my response time might be a little bit slower, but I generally try and keep up on that. This is also where I'm going to talk about like any updates to assignments, or as far as like the class goes, or like general information that I'm going to be letting you know. So make sure that you're paying attention to new announcements as they come out. Modules over here is going to be where you're going to find all of your assignments, right? Like you do in most of your other classes. This is the link to the animation channel, to my YouTube channel, where I'm going to upload all of these videos. Pretty much all of you did the quiz, the syllabus quiz. It was just a yes or no question. Did you see the syllabus, which you guys all should have went over? Will my computer work for this class? That was also an assignment that you guys had. I'm going to be looking through those. Now, if you don't have a computer if you have a computer with an integrated GPU, right, that is like built in, that cannot be taken out or changed, it's likely going to have an issue. My biggest rule for computers, if they're going to work, if it's a gaming PC and you can run like newer games on it, then you're going to be able to run these programs. The 3D programs are the ones that take up a lot of memory and RAM, or the RAM and the GPU, the graphics card and stuff like that. And also, like, the more you start stacking effects and stuff inside of After Effects, it'll also bog your computer down and slow it down. So we want to make sure that you guys are working on appropriate equipment to be able to utilize the programs as needed, or else your guys will likely have issues, right? The best suggestion that I have is if you don't have a computer that isn't, that if your computer's not up to standards for this class, you can rent one out from the school. You can also show up into the HT1 lab. I know this is an online course, but this is like, best option. If you can't buy one, you can't rent one. And then going into, I think, classroom 134 or 135. One of them is a computer lab classroom, but the computers are specific for the animation course, so they're going to be able to deal with the heavy workload and everything. The technology login challenge, this was a good one for you guys to see, how what you're going to be using and getting all of your software downloaded and ready to go. Most of you can figure out Miro. It's just like an online kind of like storyboarding and project management. I wouldn't say project management, but it's like a storyboarding and idea board format type of software. Let me go to this real quick. Let's see if I'm logged in. So getting back at this is what Miro is. It's kind of like an idea board, right? You can use it. You can throw pictures in here and stuff like that. Type all of the things that you want to do. So this one, let's see, if I go to this, which is this board right here, I think that I can grab and add. Can I not add type or anything? edit. Let's see if we have to make, maybe I have this one locked. If you wanted to do a blank board, you're just going to click on here, create a team board. Just do that. And then you've got like this toolbar off to the side. You can pick some kind of template if you wanted to do a template. This is great for note taking, right? Because you can add visuals in here too. You can add photos, stickers, text, all that kind of stuff. And it's online, so you can access it anywhere. So Mira's going to be a good one for you guys to do, like just ideas, throwing ideas down there, because it's always good to work through ideas in stages, right? Like the webs, what did they call it? Like the writing webs or whatever that you would do for English courses, right? OBS is what I am using right now to screen record and screen capture myself. This is what you guys will be using for your questions, for any kind of participation question and stuff like that. If you guys are camera shy, I understand a lot of you are. I would prefer if you're on camera so that I can see your face and, you know, it's just a little bit more personable. But if you're uncomfortable with it, I'm not going to mark you down for not having a camera on or anything like that. The one thing I need to make sure that you guys do is that your audio is working, your audio is clear, and that I can absolutely see your screen and what's going on in your screen and your software, because if I can't, then I can't, you know, it makes it harder to ask or to answer any kind of questions or troubleshoot any issues that you guys are coming into. Discord is obviously what we're going to be using for chat. A lot of you guys know how to use that because a lot of you guys are gamers and we all use this for gaming, right? So Adobe Creative Cloud, also industry standard software, is what we're using in this course. Now, Adobe's very robust, right? There's you get the student license that you have with Adobe allows you access to, I believe, almost all of the programs that Adobe offers. Also, just recently is we were able to access stock images as well. So you guys have access to Adobe Stock, which is really cool because you can download assets for a class if you want to. I would prefer if you guys can illustrate things, but if you guys need to download vector type files and use them for animations, that's fine. But credit where credit is due, right? Don't tell me that you drew it if you didn't illustrate it, because likely I'm going to know if it's stock or not. Now, when you download the Creative Cloud, it's going to look like this. And you're going to download the apps. Let's see, this is the update screen, but it's going to look like this initially. And you can download all of the apps that I have written here in Canvas. These are the ones that we're going to be using: After Effects, Adobe Animate, Adobe Audition, Photoshop, Illustrator, and Media Encoder. But you are more than welcome to download any other ones that you want to. These are the ones that we'll be using in class. And you also want to make sure that if it says updates over here to the right hand side, that you make sure all of your software is updated if you've been using this software in other courses, like for graphic design or anything like that, digital design. Make sure that you're up to date and using the most recent version. Now, Blender, also new this semester for me, is what I'm going to be teaching. And so this is our 3D software. When you download Blender, you're going to go to the website, you're going to download it, you're going to install it, and this is what should initially pop up. This is what it's going to look like when you open the software. It will have an object, a box, a cube object in your scene here. This is what your scene is, this space that is showing where your object is. Here is a camera. Now the camera is what is going to export the image, right? So we'll get into detail more about that here once we delve into the software. But if you look over here on the right hand side, upper right hand, it will tell you what type of objects we have in the scene. So it always starts off with a camera, a cube, and a light source. Once we get into those, that'll be fine. But if this doesn't come up, then maybe just uninstall the software, reinstall it. Make sure you're not including any of the past, like if you have been using Blender in the past and you had changes to any of the parameters of the software, make sure you don't import that into the new update. Now, you want to make sure that you're running on the most recent update of Blender, which is 4.3 at this moment, in January 2025, right? So that might be different down the road, but that is, you want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date one. I don't know if Blender has a option to update in the software. I actually haven't come through with that before. I've just downloaded the new versions, but at this point they have to. I feel like I just don't know where it's at. But you definitely want to make sure that that is up and running. If we go back to the modules, file structure. Now, this is a really important one that most people overlook, but when you go into the working field, this is going to be something that matters, because you might be working for a studio, you might be working for yourself, but at some point you're going to have to pass files along from one contact to another point of contact. And you don't want to be the person that sends a file that is messy and disorganized and missing things and having issues. That's it's not professional, to be honest. And it will be noted and people will notice that. And it's just, it doesn't look good. So I have created a video and even a template folder for you guys to download here that discusses file structure and gives you guys an option, right, to start off with. If you have a different type of file structure, but it's very organized like the one that I utilize, that is fine. You may use that, but this is highly suggested right here. This is going to go a long way for your career, right? And it might change at some point, but this is a good space to start, I think, for you guys. Let's go back to the modules. Principles of animation and different types of animation. This is the building blocks of animation, right? And so I want you guys to go through and read these, through this module that I have here. Check these different principles of animation out. They're very important. You can click here to watch a couple different videos that explain the principles of animation. And then I have a little bit of a writing assignment. Let's see. Introduction to motion graphics and animation, right? So motion graphics is the movement of graphic images. So it's basically like graphic design that we started making move. It's very popular in advertising, very popular in marketing agencies and for companies for videos that are like they teach something or they utilize it for their company, training videos, things like that. Infographics, something else you guys are going to learn about later. But yeah, this is the introduction to motion graphics. I want you guys to go through, read the assignment, watch the videos, check out the 2024 Motion Award winners. This is really cool. It's updated every year. People can submit your work to it. So at some point, you guys might be on here, right? Which is great. It's a very competitive field, though, and so practice is key. And then I want you to write a 150-word post on Discord about your reaction to the content of these videos with the following points also added into this discussion post. If it's over 150 words, it's over 150 words, but I want it to be at least that. Now, what you're going to deliver to me inside of Canvas is either a group of JPEGs, right? Like images, or a single PDF with all of your screenshots compiled, because I want you guys to take screenshots of this stuff, right? You're going to say what kind of tools are used in the motion graphics, write your own reaction, 4 screenshots of the winners, and what you found inspirational and liked about them. So, and then you're going to write why. And then you're going to take the screenshots and you're going to submit those into me. I would prefer that it's a single PDF, right? Because it's a little bit easier for me to look at. But if it's not, it's not. And, if it's easier for you guys to just turn it in like this because you don't know how to create a PDF, then that's okay. I really suggest you learn how to create a PDF because that is also kind of an important thing. If you need to figure that out, YouTube YouTube teaches you all of that. So, yeah, this is the next assignment. Oh, no, announcements. We want to go to modules. And this one is due, when was that due? February 3rd, which is in a few days. It's Monday by midnight, you guys. So I want you guys to have that in. And then I want you to watch keyframes and easings and what are they. This is going to be something that we're going to discuss in the first assignment, but I want you guys to have base knowledge of it before we go into that assignment. And so I want you guys to watch this and download. You can download this After Effects file and open it up. It's something that I made for you guys, and you guys can see what the easing looks like. And we will go over this as well once I do a re-recording of everything. So if you guys, that's what's in our modules right now. That's upcoming assignments. You guys want to check your grades, you'll click here, syllabus here. Don't worry about the new analytics or studio tabs. I don't utilize those at this moment. I will let you know if that changes. But that's kind of just a quick introduction to this course and what kind of things you guys will be starting off with. Now, over here, if a to-do list of the things that you guys have to get done, right? So make sure you're paying attention over here as well, just like in any other course. Again, if you guys want to